Caitlin Clark, and they said when she was out over these 5 games with a quadricep injury, there was a diminished interest to some degree in the WNBA. I don't know how fair that is, but what I will ask you is this. Clearly, her return has obviously generated additional eyeballs. I have no doubt that the ratings are going to show as much.
Stephen A. Smith has officially crossed the ESPN Rubicon, doing what no one else at the network dared to do: give Caitlin Clark her flowers while she can still smell them. And this wasn't just polite clapping or a casual nod of respect. He delivered the kind of loud, unapologetic praise that rattles desks and breaks algorithms. Smith didn't hold back. He said exactly what fans have been shouting for months. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie sensation, she's a once-in-a-generation game-changer rewriting the entire WNBA narrative. While others played it safe with lukewarm takes, Stephen A. brought the flamethrower, cutting through the noise and serving up the raw truth the league has needed to hear.
After taking 19 days off to recover and heal from injury, Caitlin Clark returned against the New York Liberty with a phenomenal, epic, legendary performance, something that the WNBA has never seen and something that sports fans only see once every 5, 6, 7 years. Some shit that when you're watching it, you're like, damn, this player, this person is having an outer body experience. This player has reached a new level, and I know I am witnessing absolute greatness.
Let's be real, if Caitlin Clark were any more influential, the league might as well rename itself Clark Ball. So, what makes Stephen A. Smith stand out from the rest of the ESPN lineup? It's simple. He's not afraid to tell the truth while everyone else hides behind polished, corporate-approved cliches. While others downplayed Clark as just another short-lived sensation, Stephen A. called it exactly as it is. She's the future of the WNBA. And now, his bold honesty isn't just turning heads, it's exposing ESPN's past silence for what it truly was: hesitation in the face of undeniable greatness.
Let me focus on Caitlin, because the girl comes back, she does a thing, 32 points, 55% shooting, 7 of 14 from three-point range. I want to know, in your estimation, where do you rank her as a shooter in the WNBA, and considering her assist, where do you rank her as a player in the WNBA in just her first 1.5 seasons in the league?
Steven, it's funny because I was listening to your last segment where you were talking about Steph Curry and you said he's the greatest shooter God ever created. On Saturday, Caitlin Clark certainly looked like that for the W.
For months, Stephen A. Smith has been the lone voice in the ESPN wilderness, saying what no one else dared. Caitlin Clark is the generational talent, dragging the WNBA into the spotlight. While others downplayed her impact or stayed silent, Stephen A. stayed loud and loyal. Now, as ESPN scrambles to join the hype train they once ignored, Smith stands out, not for changing his tune, but for never needing to. He saw the truth from day one and never backed down.
Also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do, knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
Let's rewind to last season. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing basketball. She was rewriting the record books like she had gained sharp powers. Historic performances, check. Jaw-dropping stats, double check. But ESPN acted like it was just another Tuesday. Instead of highlighting her once-in-a-generation dominance, they chased manufactured drama and fake rivalries. While Clark was making history in real time, the network was too busy pushing tired narratives to give her the spotlight she clearly earned.
The WNBA is literally living off of one player. Her name is Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark is literally the whole entire league. And I try to tell you fans, you WNBA fans who are so pig-headed at times, they don't care about Nafisa Collier, they don't care about Aja Wilson, and these Paige Becker fans, yeah, they don't care about her either, bro. It's all about Caitlin Clark. The ratings went down 50% because...
Why? That's the million-dollar question. Maybe ESPN had other narratives they were desperate to push. Maybe it was their share the spotlight strategy, trying to keep the focus balanced across names that weren't pulling the same numbers. Or maybe it was the pressure from established stars with massive followings and fragile egos. Or hey, maybe a little drama just drove more clicks and tweets. Whatever the reason, it clearly wasn't about basketball. Because if it were, Caitlyn would have been front and center all along.
One day the downfall of ESPN will be studied. I've been on this train for a couple of years now. I grew up absolutely loving ESPN, all of the shows throughout my lifetime with all sports. ESPN used to be just about sports. Look what the topic they're talking about this morning. Look at this. Look. Dak Prescott's legacy. Who the hell cares? You got the NBA Finals going on. Rafael Devers just got traded. And for a company that says that they love the WNBA, you just had Caitlin Clark come back and take on the undefeated Liberty and beat them in a game. ESPN is a joke. Anybody who takes anything that this station does seriously needs to...
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. Fast forward to now and Caitlin Clark is having the kind of season that feels like she's rewriting basketball logic with every game. Logo threes, no-look dimes, record-breaking performances. It's a nightly masterclass. And yet, ESPN treated her like she was just another box score stat. Imagine a kid inventing Wi-Fi 2 during recess. And the teacher handing out gold stars to the kid who turned in their homework. That's how Clark's been covered, understated, ignored, or downplayed. While the real impact she's making is nothing short of historic. She's not just changing the WNBA. She's forcing the league, the media, and the fans to evolve. And now that it's undeniable, everyone's acting like they saw it coming all along.
And Caitlin Clark came and put on a show, 32 points, the Indiana Fever, taking down the undefeated New York Liberty. And you know that media had to talk about it. You know that sports media had to talk about it after being ignored. After nobody brings up the WNBA while Caitlin Clark's out, she's back, and so is the media talking about the WNBA. Some things that the old guard just don't want to admit, but
then Stephen A. Smith steps into the conversation. While ESPN played it cautious and tried to downplay, Stephen was out there speaking truths others at the network lacked the courage to voice. For months, they acted like Clark was just a passing trend, ignoring the undeniable signs of her greatness. Stephen couldn't stay silent any longer, especially as basketball fans everywhere were calling out the obvious. Clark was playing like a true superstar, and her impact was far bigger than anyone had expected. When the fans, those who actually watched the games, started shouting, "Hey, ESPN, stop acting like she's just some random player," it became impossible to ignore. And though ESPN's other voices hesitated, waiting until they had no choice, Stephen A. blatantly boldly acknowledged what everyone else was starting to see: Caitlin Clark is an unstoppable force, rewriting the game before our eyes.
Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year. According to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319%